Hey guys, remember like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment down below some names for dinosaurs. And today, we are going to be working on our next enclosure for our next dinosaur for our zoo build. But I decided we're going to be doing something different today, because I'm going to be extending this enclosure into like a different length. We're gonna actually be shortening it. So, and then we're gonna get rid of this and this. That way we can just use this path. And we're gonna move it there. Just find the perfect part in the blue. And there we go, we have a nice pathway going through, in a way, I guess. We're gonna get rid of some of this. And it's now time for us to build our next enclosure. Now this is gonna be a pretty big enclosure now. So we're going to extend our pathway. And it's now time to start making our enclosure. Now we're going to use the strength 4 heavy fence for this, because this is going to be a very big enclosure. Now some zoos where I have, they have multiple animals living in the same enclosure. Like elephants with giraffes and maybe rhinos. And maybe an ostrich or two. Now, since this is going to be a very big enclosure, we're going to need to add in a bunch of space. Now, by the way, here's a trick for when you're making a zoo. If you want to get a perfect angle, what you do is you have two different parts going in two different directions, and then you build a little bit of like a fence going that way, and bam, you're gonna have a perfect angle. So we're gonna go it that way, and it's time to add the goes that way, and bam, we are done with the outside of our enclosure. Now what's gonna be here is we're gonna have a bunch of viewing galleries right here, so you can easily see the dinosaurs. Since guests can't actually see through the fences, which is kind of a waste, I'm like, you can perfectly see through the fence. Maybe it's just because it's like really tall, I'm gonna guess. And bam! So now what we're going to be doing is the rest of our zoo is going to be like this. Most of the zoo will be having tours going through different habitats or viewing through each different enclosure. But we want to have it so you get like a bit of exercise in my zoo. By the way, I am trying to move as fast as I can because this is just going to be like a 30-minute video. Oh, wait. And nope. And get rid of that, and bam! Now it's time to choose our dinosaurs. We're gonna have an Alamosaurus in this exhibit with maybe a few other dinos. So for giraffes, I decided to go with Alamosaurus. We're gonna go with a Sonoran Desert skin with some randomized ones. You know what, actually, I'm gonna go with a regular. I'll take that down, they're long-lived animals. Don't be as sickly. They'll be a social breed, with very humble, they're tolerant, they have a good strength, defense, and fitness. We're gonna make about 4 of these. You know, we don't have any hadrosaurs in this, so we're gonna be using Edmontosaurs. Long lives, good resilience, very humble, social, tolerant, good in strength, defense, and in speed. And for a bit of fun, we're also going to be having some Dryosaurs. Long-lived, resilience, humble, social, tolerant, strength, great defense, and great speed. There we go, we have our dinosaurs. Now, the one thing that we need to figure out is what each of them eats. Now, Edmontosaurus will be eating ground fiber. This is ground leaf with ground fiber. And if I remember correctly, Alamosaurus is tall nut. Yep. Now, what we're going to have to first do real quick is we're going to have to add some details to this part. Oops, it's a bit too deep. There we go. Now for some water. We're gonna have it very close to the fence. It's gonna be just below the fence, so don't worry about being shocked. And to make it a bit better, we're gonna have like a little river running through it. There we go. A little bit of a river. Now on one side it's going to be more foresty, so we're going to go with this side. Next up, we need our tall-nutted plants. Now we can't have any of the plants inside of the water because that's just gonna cause something else that we don't want. Now that we have that out of the way, it's time for us to start creating other plants. And yes, I know we are spending a bunch of money on these dinosaurs. Now, the only ones that I will be allowing are ground fibrous plants because they look a little bit like reeds. Reeds sometimes, because some of the plants do look a lot like reeds. And to spice it up, we're going to be adding some ornamental shrubs. With a bit of some of these flowering plants in the middle. And to spice it up again, we're also going to be adding in some tropical rocks. There we go. Now it's time to bring in our dinosaurs. We're going to start off with Alamosaurus. And we're going to see if it likes the enclosure, because we know for sure that this enclosure is a bit too small. But this size is perfect for Alamosaurus. Now remember guys, I will be choosing 4 different names for Dinochirus, so please, give me at least 4 names, and I'm going to name the 4 that I think are the best. And I will give out some neat little shoutouts that I felt were also good.
Asset being transported.
Well, this is my first time ever seeing this animation. Ooh, that's a really good looking Alamosaur, I think.
En route to pick up the asset. Asset transported.
By the way guys, I would like to clarify this. Part 2 was named on accident. I'm really sorry. I clicked the wrong number after realizing that part 1 was actually made, and I accidentally clicked number 1 instead of number 2, and I also accidentally clicked enter. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, actually, I didn't accidentally. I did that on purpose at first, thinking that part 1 never actually uploaded, which I was really sad about. So, yeah.
Asset has been collected.
I remember this habitat's gonna mean to be home to multiple different sauropods. Well, that's just multiple. We're gonna start off with those sauropods.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
We still have a lot more space for dinosaurs anyways.
Asset transportation complete. Transporting asset.
Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, and that one also looks good.
Delivery complete.
So we're gonna need 4 names for the Alamosaurs, about 5 names for Edmontosaurs, and 6 names for Dryosaurs. So please give me some ideas, and I'll
Asset
choose the best
transportation in progress.
as the ones that I think are the best. Or actually random, actually. I'm just gonna choose random
Asset has
names,
been delivered.
and I'm gonna see if those ones are my favorite, okay? To think, Alamosaurus is this size, has a smaller length and height than a Dreadnoughtus, but in reality, it weighed actually a
Commencing
lot
asset
more.
transit.
It was 80 tons in weight.
Transportation complete.
Oh, I really actually forgot to add this. Let's see, do we have any space over here?
Transportation underway.
Oh yeah, we do.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Now we're gonna check and see if this works, though.
Asset in
But
transit.
that won't work, apparently.
Asset has been transported.
Okay, looks like we are able to add a zipline. It's
Asset
just not the way that I wanted to do. But hey, but hey. We found a way to make it work. I think that's all our Monstosaurs. Now it's time for the Dryosaurs, okay?
Detecting asset. Heading to collect the asset. Confirming asset delivery. Assets in the air.
Now it's time to add in some stuff here to bring in some guests over here.
Commencing asset transit. Transportation underway. Transit has commenced. Delivery has been completed.
Now time for the final touch, a bit of some sand in this habitat.
Asset delivered.
We still have 4 more dryos to go, guys, so be okay.
Confirming asset delivery.
Now the reason why I decided to add a river was so that way they didn't just go to one spot to drink. That way they could go anywhere to drink it. Like sure, yeah, there's only one spot to drink,
Delivery
but
complete.
it's in like a spot where you can just go from one spot to the other. In this one you have to go to just one direct spot. In this one it's go to the giant watering spot or you just go to the river. Plus, I also wanted to make it feel like these animals could feel like they were actually in the, like what they would have felt like in the past. Well, the last one's coming. Remember, guys, we need 4 names for Dinokairos. We need about, I'd say, how many Struthies? Let's see. We need 7 names for Struthi. 6 names for Styracosaurus. Wait. Why are they so sad? Oh, yeah, they just need a bit more forest. Don't worry, they'll get that again. They get uncomfortable because the territory is just getting a little smaller over time. We need 4 names for our Alamosaurs, 5 names for Edmontosaurus, and 6 names for Dryosaurus. Also, the reason why I added sand is because I just wanted to make it seem like this part was more closer to a beach. Where we just brought sand to make it more comfortable for them. The rocks make it seem like there used to be a mountain there. And the plants, and the oriental plants, it's just something to live up the place. Plus, these animals don't have to fear the water, so we can just say that they may have developed something where they don't have to fear the water anymore, so they don't just stay near the shore to run away very quickly. Well, this is the last of our dinosaurs, so guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, and comment down below all those names that I've asked of. It would be a real big help to me, and thank you for watching.